Greetings, I am Lies.
And I'm Scandal.
And let's play a game together.
Yes.
Okay, so the problem I'm having with Philip sitting on this rock is not only that's going to damage the decorative moss, but the fact that he's sitting so completely straight-legged with his ass completely like planar level to the ground.
Flat.
It looks like he's hovering over that rock with the sharp curve that it has.
does.
Like it barely works for me because it's like his ass would just be up above the rocks, even the light under where his thigh is. I'm like, you're not really sitting on it. You're kind of just showing off, flexing, and doing a squat.
Maybe he does have excellent, like, core power.
He's got amazing thighs and core power like you would not believe.
Who knows?
All right,
Honestly,
Philip,
I don't.
Boss, I respect.
Let's boss it up by repairing a low fence.
I would have thought you'd have had bigger thighs, my dude. Oh, just saying.
You okay there, lady?
No. I mean, I'm stressed. How are you? I feel like the clock is ticking right in my ear. Yes?
Manual labor always helps distract me from stress.
That's probably why you're in a physical job, isn't it? You know what? I've honestly been pretty successful at distracting myself from stress with this whole garden thing. Yeah, there's probably something to that.
Let's do it.
Oh, that's the
Wanna
low
fix
fence.
up this fence with me?
I didn't. Due to the picture, I did not realize this was a low fence.
I didn't either. I didn't know what crap we were talking about
know.
at all. Actually, I was like, that's a fence.
Okay.
That looks like the exterior wall.
It looks like a wall that is also a roof.
Yep.
Like, a wall and a fence can be very different to me.
That looks like a gate area.
Oh, it is all the way around.
Oh, God,
Also,
yeah.
why doesn't it have any Zen thematicness? That's a little more. Maybe?
Maybe.
Oh my God, that's entertaining.
Why
Why are we so
also,
far out for
I
this?
feel, okay, it might just be me, and I apologize, but part of me really is going like, everything Asian or Zen is bamboo.
I know,
Do you ever have that
right?
feeling where you're just like, the Asian, bamboo.
Is bamboo and pandas and koi fish, and that is their culture.
And you're like,
don't forget Zen gardens and monks.
yeah.
And you're like, thanks.
Thanks. Those are like several
Oh, but
different cultural-
sushi! Sushi!
Sushi!
Yeah, and this is where you realize what tropes exist in your, reality for the cultures. I'm gonna go with the red lacquer one, it's fine.
Sure, why not? I support you.
Ta-da!
Have at it and commit murder.
Also, with the perspective on there, it's very hard to tell if that actually is a low fence or if she walked towards it, if it'd be like chin high.
Right? Oh,
I
God.
was gonna make a little fence pun, but then I remembered when we broke into song about fences the other day. And now you're basically saying that was a bad thing? You sing all the time, Lily.
Like what?
Don't know if I can top that.
Okay.
Okay, that's way better. I was like, you're not gonna.
We are clearly not having a good time with this game because I was like, yeah, that was kind of like.
I was like, you're
that
gonna
was grumpy on our part
Oh,
for sure.
yeah, I was expecting something way worse. All right, don't know.
Because honestly, like, so sometimes I'm having a mood problem, especially because Lily really is like maybe
All over
Lily
the place?
being grumpy is actually throwing us off because it's like. Now you're just more aggressively obvious to us of just how much, like, in some ways this doesn't work very well.
Yeah.
And also, again, the level of basically, even when she wasn't grumpy, her shitting on Luke still really feels like a huge dagger in the side kind of
And the
thing.
way she also was treating Karen.
Yes.
And I'm not.
There are
not
many
really,
layers to this.
As much as I want to support Lily in her recovery and self-discovery journey, I feel like in general, I don't really like her that much as a person.
No, I don't.
And while she would try really hard if I met her to be a people pleaser, to let's get along, let's have fun, let's be dorky and do puns and hang out in the party zone. The first time I heard her call her new crush a stinky, disorganized boy, I'd be like, what? I'd be done. That would pretty much be like, we have nothing in common.
There's also the other thing that I'm kind of having in regards to this of just being like, I have known sometimes what happens with some people pleasers, and this is not all of them, for sure, but I have also known some people who are like, I'm here for everyone, and you kind of look at them, and then, like, you talk to them in person, and you find out how much they hate everyone.
I say, or you get
like, they really are, like, they're deeply resentful, and they're actually really mean
because
about
they're
other people.
performing for everyone.
Constantly.
And much like that roommate experience you talked about, where I'm doing these things for you because you're on a night shift. They're performing for everyone, but no one has asked for that performance.
Yeah.
But they perceive that performance being requested.
And necessary, clearly.
Because of societal standards and how they understand them.
Yep.
All
Which is not necessarily that part, I feel like, isn't. I hate assigning fault because that's the only way I know how to talk about
There's
it, but
no
that's all I
real
have.
fault, but there is experience.
Yes, and going like
their experience can be this thing.
Sometimes I really do feel very guilty and very like I feel so fucking frustrated by my own words sometimes, you know?
Well, we have words.
Yeah, well.
All right, sometimes all we have is words that we can't put together. How do you say that thing? I don't know. How can I be PC? I don't know. By the way, I'm about to be offensive, but I don't mean to be offensive, so I'm going to try and correct and think my thoughts out loud, because if I don't say it out loud, it'll never happen. All right.
Right? Right? It'll happen someday.
Someday we'll try opera instead of country.
Someday over the rainbow.
By the
break
lacquer.
the
They
bridge.
did call it a wall, not a fence.
No, they've added
Hang on.
in something else.
Where's
That's
another
the fence.
fence?
I don't
Repair.
know.
I was like, do we have a second fence?
Yes, I was like, where's the high?
And then
That's
if
the low
that's the
fence.
fence, where's the
the
wall?
high fence?
I need to know. Well, we're going to find out. Repair high fence, which also looks like a wall to me.
I feel like some of these.
Yeah, this looks like a wall to me, not a
That's
fence.
a wall.
And I feel like there's a distinction between a wall and a fence. On the other hand, like, if you have a giant brick wall around something, is it a fence? It's fencing it in.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Fence needs work, shall we? I'm a little confused, but
It
again,
almost
like
feels like a level of sculpture shrine here because you have like depth of building but no inside kind of thing. So it's like sort of
well, it's like
basically
a gate. It's like a gated off community, you know, or like a
I
courtyard
know, but
wall.
like even over here with the paper windows,
Right.
it implies an interior
Yeah.
that is not at all accessible. Again, implying more building than or shrine than it does fence.
Right? I don't.
Let's shall. I've done that before. I'm just trying so hard. You're like It's
I wonder if that
fine.
was on purpose.
It probably was, but it's okay. Roof. Okay, that was the original.
That was the original.
No. What? No. And let's take I love the windows. Screw
yeah,
you.
through the windows.
Why
also,
didn't we
again,
take
I'm
the
like,
trees
why
off?
the bamboo? I
So-
kind of feel like for as much as I'm like, I love the fact that like Rachel and Karen kind of discussing a little bit about their backgrounds, about their history. That's super cool. Why is everything fucking turning into and bamboo?
And bamboo. I'm also
And
like,
bamboo.
you don't repair fully a roof to all
No.
its former glory and leave a tree in it.
Right?
Like what I did was I very carefully rebuilt this terracotta roof and
Around the tree.
this tree breaking through the old roof.
Yep, perfect. I
How
got
does-
it. Also, though, again, I do comprehend. So, one of the cool things that I think about bamboo is really that it is incredibly versatile. It grows
And-
really fast, and it's super useful, and it's really hardcore, and it bends.
And it's completely replenishable.
Yeah,
It's absolutely
great.
a
It's
renewable
resource.
resource. We actually have some really cool paper towels, and I say paper towels loosely.
Uh-huh.
They're bamboo towels, and they work like regular paper towels off of roll, except for you throw them in the wash afterwards. And I'm not trying to pitch the product because we bought it on closeout when it was super freaking cheap.
Because they were so expensive.
Because they were so expensive, no one was buying them, and so the store discontinued them. But they do work. They're these nice, soft, super absorbent cloths. We've washed them like 50 times, and they're amazing.
Yeah, we've
we
really
just
had
fold
them.
They basically like fold them like napkins and use them like paper towels. It's
Yeah, and you
amazing.
can use them like napkins.
Or like paper
and you
towels,
just wash them.
like
They're just
whatever.
reusable.
Or
Which-
like washcloths.
Right?
That whole thing of Bounty is really strong and sturdy.
Right.
These are incredibly strong and sturdy.
Yes.
You can scrub shit with them. They have bamboo fiber. They're great.
Yes.
So much better.
With
we
the
left
tree.
the tree in there. It's fine. Oh, what was that?
Hey, did you get around to reading any of the Nightingale books?
She's like, girl, power.
Yeah!
I will do a high kick, and I will use my nail gun as a... Oh, sorry, Lily.
Oh, Lily over there.
Poor Lily. Wow, it went right past my ear.
Oh,
God.
I remember a person that I dated for a while who was like, who would use the euphemism of the nail gun.
Oh, God.
You know, because you're gonna go get nailed. I'm gonna
Oh,
nail
my
you.
God. Ow. That would just... For me, that just sparks ow.
I thought her experience
Terror.
was a little bit interesting.
Terror
But
and
also
ow.
like a level of going, wow, extreme aggression and also horny frustration.
I see.
Woo! Because she would
Alright.
mostly use it in reference to her husband, so it was interesting.
There we go. She did it again. She's going to keep going with this illustration.
Oh,
It's
no,
amazing.
we should
Okay.
just leave her here then for the next 6 days and we'll see how she
And be like, man, that is the workout done. She is
Yeah, right?
amazing. All right. Oh, yeah. I started Codename Nightingale last night, and I finished it this morning at 3 a.m. Oh,
Hi. What do you think of her so far?
she's amazing. I mean, I got to the part where she took out that handsy Nazi last night because she's so amazing that he's like, I can't kill you. You're beautiful. And her,
Heil Hitler.
her,
on you.
still a Nazi.
You're still a Nazi, fuck you.
Kind of hot.
Heil
still a Nazi.
my Hitler.
Oh, would you heil my Hitler? Oh, God.
I can't find
Somewhere funny, somewhere also deep cringe for inappropriate.
Oh, God.
Laughing because I can't
I mean,
decide. This mixed
man.
experience of wow.
It's supposed to be terrible. That's kind of
It
the
is.
beginning.
I know. Sometimes I don't know how to behave towards terrible humor because I'm like, but it's
Honestly,
so
this is one of the
funny.
things I would be like, if you're anti-Semitic, please fucking go away. Like I
Bye.
gotta tell you
Yes.
right now,
Bye.
if you're not into stuff like that, please fuck off.
Yes.
I must say it's the nicest way I can, but off you will fuck. Okay.
Basically if you are not like equal rights and presence for people, you are in the wrong place.
You are totally in the wrong place. And yes, there are many things that we both are also still learning, and there's also languages, basically a way of basically speaking that we are both also learning
and trying actively to work on.
Yes, because it is also a process. It is a thing that we have learned. That doesn't excuse us, but it is also a thing that we're working.
We're also open to direction and criticism. We have loved a few times where people have come in and actually been like, hey, what you said actually means something more like this. And it's been really cool, and we can go and look it up and educate ourselves more and go, oh, you have no idea where to focus if people don't point it out.
Right.
A lot of people really are unaware of where they're being offensive. Now, it doesn't mean they're all open to learning, but we certainly are.
Yes,
All
absolutely.
right. And it doesn't mean that we're going to change immediately to everyone's opinion of everything, but we can at least be aware of it.
Because there's also that thing too, when you really do have a habit or you're used to things looking a certain way because that's been your reality, it is a process to unlearn. Again, not excusing, it's just a thing to be aware of.
There's also a level of opinions on how to approach it.
Yes.
I got the part where she took out that Nazi. I couldn't go to sleep until I finished it.
Yeah, she's a boss.
Aha.
No wonder you really let Blaine have it. Brought up with the author of Nightingale herself. Except not.
Just so you know.
No way you're gonna let a man walk all over you again. Shit, Blaine's down somewhere else.
Well,
Except, hang on. Question, is that really considered, though, to be letting a guy walk all over you other than being, hi, I have the ability to now be sympathetic?
Well, in reference to, I said no. I said no again. I'm still saying no. Fine, go do it. That's a bit of walking over.
That's
now,
fair.
if she went, I don't like it, I don't want this, but I am going to say you can stay there. And you know what? Get out of my damn hair. That is a level of agency and not being walked over, of going, I have this resource, I can set this boundary, I can do this. She basically got pushed into it and went, I'm still not comfortable, I still don't like it, but fine, I'll compromise here. Bit of walking over, in my interpretation.
Okay, I can see that, particularly like with women. Like I've noticed that a lot. There is a lot of things going saying no, saying no, saying no, and then finally, eventually, you just wear women down, and
then their compromise looks like something thoughtful or clever or valuable, and you go, they didn't get walked over, they had a great idea, and you go, they said no 4 times first.
Yeah.
So that's
true.
pushing.
That is, I apologize. That is me actually not really, also not like validating basically Lily's initial. I said no.
So, based on our different backgrounds of relationships, we also have very different perspective on things, and sometimes it's really cool. And I don't think you need to apologize at all. It's just, again, a different perspective. I'll say, but there is this really cool experience sometimes where I'm like, I don't think it's this thing, and then my friend will make a great case, and I go, oh, I never thought of it that way, or didn't have the ability to think of it that way, and in the reverse.
I think in some ways, the reason why I think it's important sometimes to apologize is it's good to normalize apologizing.
Okay.
Like, not to basically, sort of, just undercut the meaning of them, because some people go, you shouldn't apologize so much. It's like, it's good, though. Like, especially, I know where people will be like, just stop fucking apologizing. We know you're nervous. We know you're upset, particularly for people who have anxiety. But sometimes where it's like, no, I really, I appreciate that. Thank you. And I apologize if, for the misstep that I did have.
I will tend to say, if you're in a position of authority, it's very important to apologize if you're wrong. I will tend to say, if you are in a position of authority, whether it's as basically a owner of something, or like a landlord, or whether it's like as a teacher or a parent, or whether it's as a manager or like a supervisor, if you have made a mistake, it is very important to apologize. You don't have to say, I was a bad person.
No.
Because that doesn't make you a bad person. But you go, hey, I made a mistake. I'm sorry that it worked out this way. I'm sorry that it implied that. I'm sorry that you felt that way. Because it wasn't your intention to do that. And it equalizes that social balance outside of your power dynamic.
Right.
And that's very important.
We have such a power dynamic.
I mean, we've talked about how neither of us is the boss here. We are trying to teamwork this channel into existence.
It's true.
Teamwork the Let's Play into existence. All right. Yeah.
Awkward pinata.
Now I'm gonna feel stupid.
Oh,
Where the heck is that wall? Let's do the gate.
Yeah, no, I'm like, there's
where
that
the
wall.
heck is another
Also,
wall?
are we gonna go buy caterpillars then?
I guess we're just moving to that garden next. It's the next area, I
guess.
But that was an interesting segue. That's the first time that I remember an area being mentioned as the next area and then not moving to it.
Right? Yep, this arch is in bad shape.
Are we going to leave the trees on this one too when we when we refurbish it?
I don't know. I hope not.
Can't let it give a bad impression of this bastion of tranquility, especially not with, your grandpa judging me all day.
Hey, what kind of design do you want?
Oh,
One of 3, I'm sure.
I also am like these huge, giant pillars of wood.
No kidding.
How about We're not going to deal
Oh,
with
we're
the
not going
wood.
to deal with the rickety...
But it's breaking.
Is that
and
the wall
splitting.
maybe that we're fixing?
Maybe, but they show bricks.
Oh, yeah, no. Just the white.
This is fine.
It's fine.
This is fine. It took the tree out. From
It
over
did.
here
Oh,
on
thank
the other
God.
side. We went back and got the tree later. It's fine. A little not so much rat in it later.
Freedom.
Fantastic. There's Lily.
Hi. Yeah, I can definitely feel the serenity or whatever.
That's kind of charming. Like, yeah, whatever.
You're fine.
What? You don't meditate? You don't either, Lily.
Do I look like I sit still for anything other than a hot tub?
Not really, but that's kind of charming. Actually, you sit still for therapy, my dear, and taking care of yourself. I imagine you're very good at self-care based on how we've seen you so far.
I hope so, because sometimes I get really tired of basically, I don't know, but there's also like a level of like, I don't want to take this away from the character, but sometimes I get really annoyed where, like, I think I mentioned when Regina first showed up, of kind of being like the sassy black friend to, your poor, sad, forlorn white girl, they're the white character. And sometimes that really does bug me of being like, you can't have, a delicate or soft or super hyper feminine, basically, black woman.
Right.
A lot of black women actually, like, and I've heard this and it weirds me out sometimes where there's thing of being like, you look too masculine. And I'm like, they're women. They look fine.
They look however they look. That's also
and
just
many
the way
of them
they
look gorgeous. My God.
I've also heard it the other way, though, going, black women aren't allowed to look super feminine. They just don't look that way. And that irritates the hell out of me.
Wow.
In my exposure, it has been, and this is based on being raised in a really, really white area where I didn't know a single black person as a child. I didn't even know one at a distance.
Right.
Period. My entire childhood. I met a couple kind of in passing in some of my summer camp experiences in California, and that's it.
See, and I actually have biracial cousins, and my uncle one of my uncles is black, and he actually worked with the Black Panthers.
Oh,
so
wow.
That's fun. Anyway, keep going.
And so for me, it was very strange growing up and having this reaction to the people around me, or this experience with the people around me, where it was like, black women just aren't as feminine or as girly as white women. Black girls aren't as feminine or as girly. There's something, sturdier and more muscular about them. That pissed me off.
See, and part of the reason why I feel like also a lot of people say that is, one, when you've got a community that's so obviously ostracized and super hurt a lot of the time, guess what? You do start getting some of that attitude where you toughen up or you die.
Yeah, I was gonna say the internal strength comes out externally so you can keep yourself safe.
Yeah, and it's terrible.
But I would say I don't have a lot of good commentary on it, and I feel often very uncomfortable with the subject because I don't know what to say that wouldn't sound offensive other than this was my experience and that's the best I got.
Right.
All right, sit still for anything other than a hot tub.
Well, maybe, you never know.
Let's find out. All right, let's find out where this damn wall is. All right, everyone who votes on where the wall is.
Yep, well, we gotta find out where the wall
is. Is it the pillars?
Oh, it's that wall? Wait, what?
Oh, is it the bricks and the wall, the low wall?
Like, yeah, like what? Let's get these retaining walls back in order. Don't want everything spilling out.
That's true. True. I didn't even think about that.
Woo.
Woo.
Boy.
Also, I'm like,
that one.
Why aren't you replacing the goddamn giant wooden pillars that are busting in half?
Maybe we're gonna get to those next?
I hope so. Whoa. I'm like, what are your stairs gonna? Whoa, that is not a retaining wall. It's a hedge, and it does not support dirt.
Whoa, I was about to say.
Just so you know, hedges do not support dirt as a retaining wall. Children, this is dirt. Dirt.
Hi.
Wall-tastic.
I'm not really invested in that one, huh?
No. I think my emotional retaining wall is breaking. Oh, okay. That's kind of charming. Hey, Mood.
Oh, babe.
Aw. I was going to take a day off yesterday, but then your grandpa called me and freaked me out, reminded me that I actually have a schedule I need to stick to, and that it would be really, honestly, irresponsible to take a day off, and I still don't count those 2 days off with Luke as days off.
So, again!
I want time to myself. I am alone out here with no support, and I barely know anyone.
In some way, again, like, I can kind of feel also where she's going. I scheduled potentially having days off, right? Maybe she did know what her time schedule looked like, and him calling her literally interrupted her process, and so she freaked out and jumped ahead.
Okay, that's reasonable. I can see that. Okay, that's an interesting take, and that's important. So sometimes people, especially people who have been either like trodden upon or pushed down or are the underdog or have been, you know, discounted.
Or even without it, yeah.
Or whether they've been...
Because I don't want to do too much gatekeeping.
I was just going to say this. Sometimes people, and sometimes people more often with these things, when they have a plan and someone else comes in and goes, hey, what are you doing? Shouldn't you be doing this? They immediately toss their plan out of the window because they feel like they must have been wrong or that they can't stick to it or that basically their thoughts are no longer good enough. And so they go, well, I better do it the way you say.
Right.
Or the way I feel you are implying that it should be done. Because she honestly could have gone to Mr. Jones and been like, yeah, I'm going to get to that tomorrow right after my day off.
Right.
Like, there's no reason she had to do that, but she's not that confident in herself.
Right.
And she doesn't have that level of, like, social competence either to just be like, I will trust my awareness of how long this will take me. And the fact that while I am ignoring it, I do know where all my problems lie. I know how big this property is, even if I'm not admitting it. And I really know how many days this is going to take me.
Thanks. Yep.
But you just made me panic. And so I just went out there and did it anyway. But she could have really been more like, you know what? I got this, it's fine. On the other hand, hard to play Lily's day off, isn't it? Ha! Welcome to Lily's day off. All right, so then this is going to be a round of like Ferris Bueller with Lily, and it'll be great.
Ferris Bueller with Dilly.
I was going to say day and Lily at the same time. I just got it. All right, so thank you very much for joining us.
Nope, gotta finish it out.
We gotta finish it. All right, fine. Freaked me out.
He really cares about you, you know?
No, I don't.
No,
he
actually,
never shows it.
We don't. Don't think for a second that he puts the kind of effort into everyone else he puts into you and this project.
He's not putting in a lot
I
of
don't
effort.
feel like he's invested in Lily. I feel like he's invested in the idea of Aunt Mary, and therefore, by proxy, invested in Lily, which means him going, you're not going as quickly or as hard enough or whatever else, you're not as invested in this as I am.
And again, that thing of going the deep and profound either depression that her aunt must have had or the slow decline of health loss that she must have had, that he must have gone through with her, for this garden to go into this kind of disrepair when he remembers all of it being amazing and beautiful and even has memories of them spending time together.
And they have pictures.
Actively when they were a couple after her husband died together is like, this all went away, like, and he had to watch it. Like, the level of implied profound depression and grief.
That's still really sad.
Adds such an interesting narrative in here. Like, holy crap. Really?
Oh, yeah. He's a funny old Muppet, and he can be a pain, but he's doing this for you. I honestly...
Hold on.
What?
Is some other authority other than him going to show up at the end of this period and actually dictate whether or not she's met the criteria of the will, and he's trying to, without telling her that this will happen so she doesn't freak out, play it off lightly as, it's just my opinion or not?
I mean, he might be, but we don't know. That's the thing that bugs me the most about this. Again, so one of those things about, especially like interacting sometimes with some adults where you really just go, you're not telling me, and then you wouldn't tell me until the very fucking end and going, I was doing this for all this stuff. You're like, why didn't you just tell me? Because then I know what parameters I'm working on, what I have to expect, and maybe basically how to defend myself or take care of myself, or also how to help you.
I also may have more resources than you realize and have a better way to approach this.
Because I have context.
Just try to remember that.
Just try to remember that.
I just like, because I have context.
Like,
I try to remember
that's so frustrating.
Right,
anyway, thank you very much, guys, then, for joining us. If you like what we do, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And please feel free to go check out our Ko-Fi and our Patreon if you'd like to support us more directly or like to sponsor us to play a game. So, thank you very much. I have been Scandal.
And I have been Lies.
And it was great playing with you.
Bye!